Okay, so hello once again. Um, Now, with this, I'm just going to talk about Wales. With Wales, as you can see, I'm just trying to give this information out there for anybody that is interested in teaching in the UK. Now, with Wales, Wales too, much like Scotland, is much like Scotland. So far as your certificate is in education, it doesn't matter whether it is stated specifically on it or not. So far as your certificate is in education, you have to just be able to prove the subject that you are applying for, and then you'll be able to and once it goes through, then you can actually get your license. But with Wales, there is a big catch. With Wales, you have to be in the UK. Whether your certificate is subject specific, whether it is stated on it that you did mathematics, or it is not stated on it, or whether it's a general education certificate, so far as you use it to teach, they will accept it. But you have to be in the UK. So with them, if you are outside of the UK, if you don't have an address in the UK, it will not even move, the application wouldn't even move you to the next page. It wouldn't even move you to the next page. So for Wales, that is all there is to it. They accept all education certificates, whether it's preschool, primary, secondary education, whatever subject, they accept it, so far as, or so long as you have an address in the UK, so long as you live in the UK already. Okay, now with that, I always encourage people, especially those on dependent visa like myself, who have or who has teaching experience. If you are a teacher, you are lucky. If you are a teacher with all your certificates and everything, and you already find yourself here in the UK, you have a chance to apply for QTS in England. That is, if you get a teaching role in England, in any of the England schools, you have an opportunity to apply for QTS in Scotland, which would not, involve much of a big hassle. You have an opportunity to apply for QTS for Wales as well. And once you have that, you can actually use them to teach in any of these countries that you get your license from. And it pays. It actually pays well. It actually pays well. Now, I made mention of, if you are already in the UK and you have an education certificate, that you can actually be employed by a school, even if you don't have your QTS, because the law permits you to teach for at most 4 years, because it is assumed that within that 4 years, you must have either done the PGCE for 1 year to get your QTS, or you might have applied for QTS through the assessment route, and then you must have gotten your QTS as by the time that the 4 years expires. But here's the thing: within that 4 years, if you are employed, you are known as an unqualified teacher. You are known as an unqualified teacher because you don't have your QTS yet. You are still allowed to teach, but you'll be known as an unqualified teacher. And the annual income, the average annual income, depending on the school, the average annual income of an unqualified teacher here in England is just like a registered nurse in the NHS. So just imagine if you have your qualified teacher status, if you have your QTS, and then you are teaching, just imagine what your starting income would be. So it does pay quite well. Comparatively, it does pay quite well. So if really, I really do encourage, especially my friends and colleagues who happen to find themselves here in the UK as dependents, because if you're a dependent, you are not restricted in the work that you are supposed to do, so you can do anything. So you can start by applying for maybe a teaching assistant job, or maybe a cover supervisor job, because that is what I started with. So once I applied for the cover supervisor job and I got it, and then they got to know that I actually am a maths teacher and that I can actually teach the maths, then there was an opening in the same school that I was doing a cover work. And then, so you can always start from somewhere, or from that, you know, yes, from somewhere, if I should put it that way. So that is for wills. Any question, anything else that you want to know, just let me know. Just comment and let me know, and then I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. There are more coming up, and I'll explain more, especially delve deeper into the requirements, the documents that you would need at each stage of the application, whether it's England or Scotland or Wales or whatnot. So I'll see you again in the next video. Thank you.